Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Coming up, DLP brimming with confidence ahead of the next general elections. The Mahaut MP promises constituents better things to come, and the NEP signs for 57 new jobs in the East. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after the break.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
Thanks for staying with us. Leader of the ruling Dominica Labour Party, Honorable Roseau Colette, is confident that the Dominican voters will re-elect the DLP into office whenever the next general elections are called. The Dominica leader, addressing thousands of DLP supporters in Roseau on Thursday evening, said despite impact of the global economic crisis, the administration has delivered on its promises made to nationals.
The time is drawing nigh for voters in this country to return to the polls to elect a government of their choosing. The power to hire and fire has always been in the hands of the people. But I am satisfied that the Dominica Labour Party has done a remarkable job of attaining physical and infrastructural advancement, propelling economic activity, and sustaining social services.
At Thursday's meeting, DLP candidate for the Roseau Central constituency, Honorable Alvin Bernard, assured residents of the capital city that the ruling administration was committed to the enhancement of Roseau.
The objective of the Roseau Enhancement Project is to mobilize investments, improve growth and employment in the city. But of course, we also see Roseau as a tourism destination. And therefore, we have commenced the Roseau River Promenade project only last week. We will undertake the Vendors Arcade to improve the well-being and the function of the vendors of Roseau.
Throughout the meeting, officials sought to make it clear that the ruling party remained focused on the job of taking the country to the next level.
We shall not be distracted from our duty to ensure that the most vulnerable in our community can sleep comfortably in their homes under the Housing Revolution program.
We will not be distracted from our duty to ensure our men and women who are over 70, who work hard to build this country, receive their living allowance of $200.
We refuse to be distracted from our duty as we focus on creating employment under the MEP program.
We shall not be distracted from our duty in ensuring that our fishermen, farmers and entrepreneurs in our constituencies receive assistance to improve their lives and provide for their families.
DLP candidate for the Wesley constituency, Athenia Benjamin, also addressed Thursday's meeting. She explained to supporters why she chose to represent the constituency on the DLP ticket.
The ideology of the Dominican Labour Party, that all shall eat. The inclusiveness of the party, which embraces every Dominican from every background. The genuine compassion and care provided to the elderly. The level of investments in education to the masses. And most importantly, the quality of leadership of our political leader, the Honorable Roseau Colette.
Benjamin assured DLP supporters that she was ready to provide good representation for Wesley constituency.
My every action and utterance shall be guided by the highest levels of honesty and decency, which will not be a struggle for me to maintain because that is the way I live my life. I take seriously the request I am making to the voters of Dominica, and particularly the voters of the Wesley constituency, to represent you.
We will bring you more details from Thursday's meeting in Monday's newscast. The National Employment Program continues to be the name on the lips of every young person at this time. As of Thursday evening, it became the watchword for 57 more people. A massive contract signing event took place in Delhi, seeing the immediate employment of several who will be engaged in jobs in their own communities.
We are trying to engage individuals within the community. We realize everybody cannot go to Roseau, everybody cannot get a job in town, and we have a variety of skills and individuals at different levels within the community. So it is the effort that we are making is to engage individuals within the community on several projects. We have individuals who are engaged on farming projects. We are trying to engage young farmers and women. We are trying to engage them to get into agriculture. So this is a program that we are running in a number of areas. We are also engaging individuals on a cleanup and beautification campaign, which is something that is being done around the island. With the cleanup and beautification campaign, we are providing tools and equipment and a stipend for the individuals engaged in the program, and hopefully all the communities around Dominica will be as beautiful as the communities of Lapland, Dalis, and Boitica. Yes. So this is one of the programs.
The newly employed will be engaged in community beautification or farming, and others will be attached to small businesses in the community. Their wages will be paid by the government of Dominica. Honorable Peter Saint-Jean is parliamentary representative for the Lapland constituency, which includes Delis and Boitica.
This is the first time in my few years on planet Earth, and I've been a resident in Lapland for all these years and the constituency, that I have seen so many people being gainfully employed in any project in just a matter of 9 months. It tells me one thing, that something is indeed happening.
So far, 50 people have been employed through the NEP in his constituency alone. GIS News spoke with Bernadine Dumas while she waited to sign her contract.
Right now, all the people and I will be fully employed, and it will be impact on my family. Right now, if a daughter is studying overseas, I'll be able to send a little change for her very often, because it was really hard for me to get some money to send for her. So right now, it is going to change my life, help me in everything.
The Ministry of Employment is expecting to expand the community employment component to as many areas as possible to employ even more young people. In more news, the 39-year-old Delis, Carib, La Roche, Victoria Communities Council has selected a new village council team led by 25-year-old Delwyn James to manage its affairs. This is James's second term as chairman.
It is a distinct honor and privilege to stand before you this afternoon as the chairman of the Delis, Carib, La Roche, Victoria Village Council for the second time in 7 years. Not many 25-year-olds have gotten such opportunity. For that, I am thankful to all those who have placed their confidence in me to manage their affairs for the next 3 years. Let me say here that I will continue to demonstrate a high level of honesty, integrity, dignity, and transparency of this office. As I have already shared with my team, the newly sworn-in councillors, each one will get an opportunity to be in the hot seat.
The council comprises mostly young people. The elected members are Delkin James, Ronald Mathurin, Joan Hilaire-Gist, and Michael Etienne. Nominated members are Angela Williams, Grayson John, and Solange Williams. Parliamentary Representative Honorable Peter St. Jean, who welcomed visitors to a close-knit community, also praised the community spirit, which is very present in the area.
Allow me to congratulate the people of Delice for the manner in which the elections was conducted. I've been advised that despite what some perceive to be a small community, that 17 individuals contested the village council elections. You put yourself forward to serve in the public interest. And I want to congratulate you, and more so the 5 of you who were successful at the polls. I've been further advised that the unsuccessful nominees have pledged to work with the new council to continue the process of development here in Delice.
James revealed that the council's first task is to further harmonize the community. According to the Honorable Minister for Community Development, Gloria Shillingford, this can only be achieved by a united team. She went on to offer valuable advice to the council.
Continue working for more and better things for the communities which you serve. You will appreciate that the job is never done, but it is important to be satisfied that you have played your part. And so no matter once you lead, you will always get criticisms. The important thing is what you have done, do it well, and you have played your part. And so to the new persons on the council, let me encourage you to keep up the spirit of volunteerism and patriotism that motivated you in the first place to seek a position on the council. Bring new ideas and new energies to the council.
The new chairman listed several infrastructural projects planned for the council, among which the Victoria Road was named. Government had already made arrangements to undertake the rehabilitation of the Upper Victoria Road, and Honorable Ambrose George, who was representing the Prime Minister, announced that $93,000 have been set aside precisely for that cause. Checks were also made available for improvement to the Larond water supply system and the Dexia packing house in La Plaine. In other news, Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Mahaut constituency, Rayburn Blackmore, has promised his constituents better things to come. Honorable Blackmore was speaking in Despo when a check of $325,000 was handed to the village council for the complete overhaul of the Despo main road.
I want to give you the assurance that we have more to receive from the Labour Party. And do not forget, it's very easy to say what we have not done, because we tend to forget very quickly. But I want you to say to me today that in the history of your existence in Despo, have you experienced any government that has given any attention to you in Despo? Have you? Nobody.
At that event, the Honorable Finance Minister, Prime Minister Honorable Roseau Colette, also received plans for a system to supply potable water to Sylvania and Despo residents. This was a promise made to those residents by their MP.
I said, if you vote for me, I shall ensure that we do it for you. They said to me, but I heard that from Brian Allen for 15 years and Jordan Prima for 10 years. And having won, the first year the Prime Minister made the money available for us, not only in Campbell, but in Wana. And in similar fashion, therefore, because we shall ensure that you, the people of Despo and Sylvania, an emerging community, will be connected to clean, healthy drinking water. That is what the Labour Party stands for.
Earlier this week, the Discover Dominica Authority executed the second phase of the OAS-funded craft enhancement and business planning training at the Kalinago Barana Ote. The project, which was a collaborative effort between Dominica, St. Vincent, Antigua, Grenada, Jamaica, and St. Lucia, aims at strengthening the productive capacity of producers to increase diversity and improve the quality of crafts in the islands.
20 of them are being trained as of Monday, September 8th at the Kalinago Barana Oti. This one focused specifically on our indigenous craft, and the training is being conducted by Daniela, Colombian-born from Bolivia. The organization is working to improve the lives of talented artisans in the use of different mediums and traditions from various locations in Bolivia. Use of textile, product designs, and expert in handicraft businesses.
The training will take on a hands-on approach, and participants will be exposed to improved design, innovation, and new techniques in traditional craft making. In July, several artisans benefited from the first phase of the training facilitated by Miss Lisa Calendar of Portrait Consult, Jamaica.
In July, 27 persons, craft artisans, were trained under that component of the training. The theoretical component, that is, it was done by Miss Lisa Calendar of Jamaica. And the theoretical aspect of it, as I said, 17 persons benefited. It focused on, to train artisans in product development, exponential training, business management, and financial skills. It also educated artisans on the importance of producing quality indigenous product as it relates to Dominica.
Ms. Daniela Vizcarra is co-founder and president of Jalsuri Foundation in Bolivia. She also works with artisan women throughout Bolivia in strengthening their creative capacities and market vision. It is envisioned that this level of training in the field of design and product development will enable artisans to become more sophisticated in their trade and thus be more globally competitive by meeting or even surpassing the expectations of visitors. Now for a recap of the week's headline stories with Colette Ambo.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, Dominica's Chief Medical Officer outlined the island's Ebola strategy, which involves an alert card graphic images at the airport. Quarantine and isolation are also critical components of the Health Ministry's response to Ebola. This week, Dominica joined other members of CARICOM to develop a regional policy to improve and standardize the quality of goods and services in the region. The week-long activity took place at the Fort Young Hotel. The late great Bishop Michael Daniel, affectionately known as Pastor Bill, was laid to rest this week. Hundreds turned out to say goodbye to Pastor Bill, including Dominica's head of state, His Excellency President Charles Savre, and his wife, Dominica's Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, members of government, and the diplomatic corps. The homegoing service took place at the People's Pentecostal Family Church in Goodwill. Dominica's Honorable Environment Minister, Dr. Kenneth Daru, reported on the outcomes of the conference this week. He is optimistic that Dominica will benefit from commitments made at the United Nations' 3rd International Conference on Small Island Developing States, SIDS, held in Samoa from September 1st to 4th, 2014. Honorable Daru had the opportunity to present the island's pertinent issues, mainly Dominica's geothermal energy resource and the effects of climate change. Also this week, the Campbell Desport Village Council received a check for $325,000 for the complete overhaul of the Desport Main Road. That was fulfillment of a promise made by constituency representative Honorable Rayburn Blackmore. And residents of Desport and Sylvania have been promised a system that will supply reliable, safe drinking water to their homes. Prime Minister Skerritt explained that the Bells Penrise water system will meet the needs of those communities. That system will mean that the entire island will have 100% access to potable water. And those were the headline stories which made the news this week. Back to you, Kimani.
Thanks, Colette. Here is an announcement before we leave. Residents of Castle Bruce and environs are invited to the 17th inaugural meeting of the Castle Bruce Village Council on Wednesday, September 17th at 4 p.m. at the Castle Bruce Primary School. Please make every effort to attend and to be on time. And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is next with Creole Highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson Saint-Louis. Premièrement, ministre Everyone, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, qui a fait parole qui autant d'autres discussions, prend place en gros meeting SEEDS, qui prend place en Samoa. Ministre Darrow, tu représentes Dominique en meeting cela.
Nous parlons avec l'autre pays bilatéralement. So, à part de meeting, go meeting là, tout le monde à la plateforme qui discuter cause de ces problèmes, avec manière de try adresser ces problèmes là. Nous aussi tenir agir meeting bilatéral et nous parler avec l'autre monde qui te voulait parler avec nous. Les monde te voulait parler avec aussi avec dans cette meeting ça là sous côté de la chambre bilatéral. Le commitment est fait. Nous parler avec ces Italiens là, c'est Malaysians, Bangladesh, FAO. Dans toute cette meeting ça nous comme ministre everyone fisheries l'autre bitin nous mettre ti issues qui nous ni manière yo try aider nous for exemple on parler avec FAO nous parler code aquaculture avec comment yo aider nous développer aquaculture secteur nous ça m'a bien plaisir à notre meeting là c'était un bon meeting.
En d'autres nouvelles, le ministre commodité qui a tapé service au consultant qui a travaillé et puis Bureau of Standards. C'est le ministre commodité, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, l'occasion Pack Houses qui a aussi tapé attention consultant là, à une manière taper bon standard pour produire Dominique assis la place là.
Nous avons parlé contre un Bureau of Standards. Nous allons aller là pour nous taper l'argent pour nous taper équipement pour mettre là. Pour aider nous à des membres standards comme si nous test bagaille toute qualité produit nous a testé voici au bord s'il y a un problème avec nous ça non on parle bon matin mal monde comme si c'est pas by police nous qui fait là comme tu dois venir à la place au monde et ben quand il confisquer tous ces bases non c'est pas ça mon les faciliter le monde pour lever manière monde qui fait bagaille à Dominique pour aider nous pas pour venir à place au monde pompe aider non c'est pas ça. Nous sommes pour faciliter le monde, nous sommes pour faire le monde connaître. Ça nous a fait un bon bitin, nous avons aidé les autres pour ça nous a fait donner pour vendre plus de produits. So, consultant ça qui travaille et puis qui travaille Ministry of Employment, qui fait travail et puis par cause là Dexia, Bureau Standards et puis tout private sector ministry qui travaille et puis à Dominique.
En autre nouvelle, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, qui a promis résident d'espoir au système de l'eau potable qui a fait provision bayo. Système de l'eau là qui a émené de l'eau potable dans la communauté d'espoir et puis Sylvania. Honorable Skerritt fait parole cela pendant qu'il a fait présentation au Tchèque pour Village Council d'espoir réparer chemin village là. Premier ministre Skerritt aussi fait parole que tout ça c'est achievement gouvernement Dominique. Avancer toute communauté en Dominique, taper de l'eau potable pour y servir. Le gouvernement Dominique a poussé devant pour toute communauté en Dominique ni de l'eau potable par l'année 2015. Et puis, finalement, l'Office des As Dominique n'est bon avis pour la population là, sinon des As en pays là. Parole celle-là sortie de l'officier programme l'Office des As, M. Steve Joseph.
Nous avons parlé contre cyclone, mais nous avons parlé contre différents hazard, ça nous a créé hazard. Et bien nous besoin moun point ça sérieux. Autant moun ka rester jictan bagay là à ces pays là pour point ça important. Mais on est pour garder ou là ka rester différents bagay comme caillou. On est pour garder place là ou là ou que d'être ni glo ka passer ou on est pour garder force caillou. On est pour garder pour documents en caillou, ou là, on est passeport, avec papier, terre, avec fait synthèse, toutes ces bagages là, dans yon côté. Avec pour connaître, ou là, qui ni, caille pour secouer. Shelter, emergency shelter en community, ou tenir pour connaître ça, avec qui moun qui shelter manager. Avec numéro là où ça couille. JIC numéro police, c'est numéro fire and ambulance. C'est numéro pour connaître si on a une emergency ou besoin de venir ou kakouye moun sala pour venir. Comme ça, moun ni pour connaître ces bagages là. Et plus important, c'est pour écouter radio. Et pas ni radio quand on a télé, radio qui a servi batterie. Parce que l'éclaté allé, moun supposé satan ça qu'a fait dehors. Un radio qui a servi batterie. c'est un bagage qui est bien important. Un flashlight qui a servi batterie, c'est un bagage qui est bien important parce que si bagage contre clé, avec cell phone, c'est bagage ça qui aller. Ou besoin en medium pour tan ça qu'a fait en région là avec outside caillou. Comme ça, bien important pour nous ces petits bagages ça là. En famille plan nous, à plan famille avec les enfants pour connaître les maman, madame, nom Kaila, ni pour connaître ces bagages ça là. C'est ça bien important.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour présent. Non moi c'est McPherson St. Louis. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Your tip of the day is next.
DOWASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe, and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces, and chemicals. Think water, think life.
Detergent residue is often the result of detergent not being properly dissolved before the wash. The undissolved detergent that is not properly dispersed by water agitating in the wash load can leave unsightly residues on your laundry. To avoid lumpy detergent in your wash, store your powdered detergents in a dry area to avoid moisture pickup. Also add detergent to the wash water and run your machine for a few minutes before immersing the article to be washed. This will help ensure the detergent powder is properly dissolved. An alternative is to premix the detergent with water. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.